So, so, so strings. So in the strings, we have seen how to work with the strings. Okay, we have seen like how to create a string and how can you read the content of the string. I said string is a sequence and you can read it by using index. So using index, I said now this index can be either positive or it can be what? Negative. Using a positive index, you can read from left to right. And using negative index, you can read from right to left. Using positive index, you can read from left to right. And using negative index, you can read from right to left. So you have two indexes. One is a positive index and one more is what here? Negative index. So even we can read the content of string, okay, string using slicing. Okay, even slicing allows to read a part of the string. Slicing allows to read part of the string. Slicing allows to read part of the string. Okay, so you know already what is a slicing is. So I don't require to tell you what is slicing is here. If you want to read the part of the string, you are reading part of the string by using what? Slicing. So there is a string 1 and string 1 is having Python. So what is a string 1 here? String 1 is a Python. So there is a string 1. What is a string 1 here? Python. I'm saying str2 equal to str1 of. In slicing, you give the starting index as well as stop index. Now this is reading first three characters. Okay, 0, 1, and one more is what? 2. So you are reading first three characters. You are reading first three characters. str3 equal to str1 of. If you want to read the last three characters, you are saying -3 colon and colon. So -3 is a start. And what is a stop? End of the list, end of the string. Now, if you see this is string 1, which is Python, and this is a string 2, which is pyt, and there is a string 3, which is hon. So it means if we take this as a string, so you are reading the string. From string, you are reading either one character or more than one character. So this is a Python. So this is pyt, and there is hon. So it is like this. Okay, so this is 0, 1, and this is 2, 3, 4, and this is what here? 5. So when you're writing str1 of 0 colon 3, so 0 is a start, and 3 is a stop, and step is plus 1. It will read 0, 1 as well as what? 2. And if you say str1 of minus 3, this is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6. So what is the step value here? Plus 1. So minus 3 plus 1, minus 2, plus 1 is what? Minus 1. So it read how many characters here? Last 3 characters. If I want to read, okay, except first 2 characters and last 2 characters, I can write like this. str4 equal to str1 of 2 colon minus 2. So this is reading except first 2 characters and last 2 characters. What is the start here? 2. What is the stop here? Minus 2. Okay, start is a 2. Now if you see again, this is my string here. Okay, this is a string. Okay, this is a string. Okay, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and one more is a 5. And there is a minus 1 and minus 2 and minus 3. This is minus 4. This is minus 5. And this is minus 6. So what is the start here? 2. 2 is a start. And stop is minus 2. Minus 2 means what is the length of the string here? 6. What is the length of the string? 6. 6 minus 2 is what? 4. So what is the minus 2 equivalent of positive value? 4. So it will read 2 and 3. Means it will read T and H. So this is a start and 4 is what here? Stop. So what is the minus 2 equivalent of stop value? 4. So that is 6 minus 2 is what here? 4. Means it will read second character as well as what? Third character. It will read second character as well as what? Third character. str4. What is the value of str4? th. Suppose if you want to reverse the string, now slicing. Slicing allows you to read the part of the string. Slicing allows to read part of the string. Part of the string. Slicing allows to read part of the string. For example, yes, reading more than one character, write a program to find given string is palindrome or not. So palindrome is if you reverse a string, if it is equal to original string, reverse string equal to original string, then you'll say that string is what here? Palindrome. Otherwise, you'll say the string is not a, you'll say string is a palindrome. Otherwise, you'll say string is not a palindrome. Okay, string is a palindrome. Otherwise, you're saying string is not a palindrome. Okay. So for this, first you have to so enter any string. So palindrome or not, a given string is a palindrome or not. So I try to input the string. After input the string, for example, my string is Java. So Java is not a palindrome. How to check given string is a palindrome? You have to reverse it. You have to reverse the string. So what is my string here? Java, right? The string is a Java. Now you have to reverse it. You have to reverse. Reverse means you have to say -1, -2, -3, -4. You have to read the characters from right to left. So how can you read it? You'll write like this: str1 of -1. Okay, -1 colon. Okay, colon -1 -1. So what is a -1 here? Start. What is a -1 here? Start. And what is a -1 here? This -1 is what here? Step. This -1 is a start. And this -1 is a step. So -1. Okay, -1. It read all the characters from -1 plus of -1, which is -2, and -2 plus of -1, -3, and then -4. So this will reverse the string. So it will read A, okay, V, A, and one more is what? J. So is it Java is equal to AV, AJ? No. So then Java is not a palindrome. If you reverse it, if it is equal to original string, then you'll say it is a palindrome, right? So you're trying to say str1 of -1 colon -1. If str1 double equal to str2, you're saying yes, string is palindrome. Otherwise, you're saying string is not a palindrome. Okay, if str1 double equal to str2, you're saying string is palindrome. Otherwise, you're saying string is not a palindrome. Okay, string is a palindrome. Otherwise, you're saying string is not a palindrome, right? Okay, suppose I'm saying Java is not a palindrome. So reverse the string. Suppose madam is there. If you reverse this madam, if you reverse the madam, it also becomes what? M-A-D-A-M. So if you read it from left to right or right to left, it is equal. So I can say madam is what here? Palindrome. But how you are reversing the string? By using slicing. How you are reversing the string? By using slicing. Slicing is used for reversing the string. Okay, you are using slicing operator for reversing the string. Okay, right now this is slicing. You can read it. by using for loop also. You can read it by using a for loop also. Suppose write a program to count how many vowels exist in given string. I want to know how many vowels are there in a given string. How many vowels in a given string? You are reading a string by using input, enter any string. Then each time you have to read one character from the string. You have to read one character from the string. Each time you are reading one character from the string. So here I am using a for loop. For example, my string is Java, right? What is my string here? Java. So what is str1 here? What is str1 here? Java. So it will read the first character. What is the first character? J. Okay, each time it will read one character. What is the next character? A. What is the next character? V. What is the next character? A. So each time it will read one character. So after reading character, you have to verify, is it that character is vowel or not? Then I've taken one count. The value of count is 0. If the character is in AEIOU, AEIOU, if the character is inside a list of characters, if this character is there inside list of characters, you're saying this character is what? Vowel. Then I'm trying to print count of vowels. Count of vowels. I just print what here? Count. So once I run this, enter any string. Java, how many vowels are there? 2. Okay, I try to input the string. So Python, how many vowels are there? 1. Okay, so you can read the content of reading content of string using for loop. Okay, reading content of string using for loop. So using for loop, you can read in which order? Sequential order. If you want to read randomly, then you have to use index. If you want to read randomly, if you want to read randomly, you have to use index. If you want to read randomly, you have to use what? Index. So reading content of string using for loop. Reading content of the string using for loop. Okay. Yes. The next one is using for loop. Now string is a immutable. Means after creating a string, you cannot do any changes. After creating a string, you cannot do any changes. Okay. But string provides some predefined methods. Okay, string methods. Okay, string methods or string functions. String come up with so many predefined methods. Okay, now there are so many methods you find in the string. There are so many methods you find in the string. Now, if you see the string methods or functions, now you can see string methods. The first one is capitalize. What is the first one here? Capitalize. String dot capitalize. What is the first method here? Capitalize. String dot capitalize. So return copy of the string with its first character capitalized and the rest are in which case lowercase. Return a copy of the string with its first character. Return a copy of the string with its first character capitalized and the rest of the characters are what here? Lowercase. Okay, first character will be in uppercase and the rest of the characters are in which case? Lowercase. Rest of the characters are in which case? Lowercase. So that is called capitalized. Return a copy of the string with its first character capitalized and the rest of the characters are in which case? Lowercase. Rest of the characters are in which case? Lowercase. Okay. First character is in uppercase. Remaining characters are in which case? Lowercase. Capitalize. str1 equal to Python. str2 equal to str1 dot capitalize. Capitalize. Now where you can see str1 and there's one more string called str2. So first character is capitalized, remaining all are in what? Lowercase. First character is in uppercase, remaining all are in which case? Lowercase. So that is called as which one here? Capitalize. Now without using capitalize, I want to capitalize. I should not use capitalize method, but I want to capitalize the string. So how to capitalize? How to capitalize? How to capitalize string without using capitalize method? Without using capitalize method or what? Function. Without using capitalize method or what is that? Function. How to capitalize without using capitalize method or function? So I should not use capitalize, but I want to capitalize what? String. Capitalizing means return a copy of the string with its first character capitalized and the rest of the characters are in lowercase. So how can I do this? First I have to read one string. Input, enter any string. Input, enter any string. Okay, what is my string is? Assume that my string is some Java. Okay, again, what is my string here? Java. So I want to capitalize. Capitalize means I have to take which character? First character is in which letters? Capital letters. And remaining all are in which case? Lowercase. Suppose if my string is Java, if my string is what? Java, it is in capitals. But first character is in capitalized and remaining all in what? Lowercase. So first character means what is the index of first character? What is the index of first character? 0. What is the index of first character? 0. Now you have to check, is it str1? str1 of 0 is in lowercase. If it is in lowercase, you have to convert this into which case? Uppercase. And remaining all are should be in which case? Lowercase. Remaining all are in which case? Lowercase. Okay. I take another string called str2, which is empty string. Okay, str2, which is empty string. What is str2 here? Is an empty string. So what you're doing is for in range of 0 comma length of str1. Suppose if my string is Java, what is the length of Java? 4. So 0 comma 4 means it will generate how many indexes? 3 indexes. 4 indexes, that is 0, 1, 2, 3. If str1 of I means, I'll say here, if I equal to 0, I equal to 0 means, I equal to 0 means first character. I equal to 0 means what here? First character. If first character is in uppercase, if first character is in uppercase, if str1 of I is greater than or equal to A, str1 of I is less than or equal to Z. If it is uppercase, you have to convert that into which case? Lowercase. str2 plus chr of ord of what? str1 of I plus 32. Plus what is that? 32. So ORD will return which value? ASCII value. Suppose if the character is capital A is what? 65. 65 plus 32 is what? 97. And 97 equivalent of character is what? Small a. If it is capital, you are converting into small. Otherwise, you are adding directly. str2 equal to str2 plus str1 of I. Now this is first character. If I equal to 0, if I equal to 0, you have to do that. Okay, means first character. Otherwise, else, okay, else if remaining all characters should be in which case? Lowercase. If remaining characters are in uppercase, if remaining characters are in what? Uppercase, you have to convert that into which case? Lowercase. str2 equal to str2 plus chr of ord of str1 plus 32. If it is lowercase, you have to add as it is. If it is lowercase, you have to add as it is. You have to add what? As it is by saying str2 equal to str2 plus str1 of I. So this condition is for first character. This condition is for remaining characters. If remaining characters are in uppercase, convert remaining characters into which case? Lowercase. If remaining characters are in lowercase, add as it is. You don't do any conversion. So print str1 and print str2. Print str1 and print str2. str1 of my string is Python. Now Python, but not converted, right? Oh, if it is lowercase, you have to convert into, if lowercase, first character is lowercase, you have to convert into what? Uppercase, right? If lowercase, you have to convert into uppercase. Now you can see Python, P and P is in capital. I'll give Java. So first letter is capital and remaining all are in small. I'll give Java. Okay, in small letters. Now first letter is capital and remaining all are in small. If first letter is in lowercase, you are converting that into which case? Uppercase. If it is uppercase, you are adding as it is. That is, if I equal to 0 means I value 0 means which character? First character. If second character is in uppercase, you convert into what? Lowercase. If it is not in uppercase, you are adding as it is. If it is not in uppercase, you are adding as it is. Now this logic is there internally in capitalize method. But you can simply write which method? Capitalize. But what is the logic behind capitalize? What is the logic behind capitalize is, this is a logic behind what? Capitalize. This much logic is there in capitalize. So this is without using capitalize method. This is without using which method? Capital S method. There's a logic behind the capital S method. This is a logic behind the capital S method. Yes. Now case fold. So there is a method called case fold. There's a method called case fold. Now written case folded. Written a case folded copy of the string. Written a case folded copy of the string. And case folded string may be used for caseless matching. So written a case folded copy of the string, and case folded strings may be used for caseless what here matching. Caseless matching. Written a case folded copy of the string, and case folded strings may be used for caseless matching. Now this is for comparing the strings by converting into one type. So generally it will convert into which type? Lowercase. It will convert into which case? Lowercase. For example, I'm developing a login application. So where I'm trying to input username, where I'm trying to input password. I try to input how many values here? Two values. The first value is username and second value is what? Password. So I try to input two values. So first value is a username. What is the first value I input is username. First value I input is a username. So when you are comparing it, right? So you are comparing it, for example, usernames. Okay, I am trying to compare with the existing usernames. Assume that these users are there in the dictionary. Okay, there is a username, there's a username, and there is a password. Okay, see where these users are there in dictionary. These users are there in what here? Dictionary. This is a dictionary. Okay, now this dictionary is having how many users here? 3 users. Now you are trying to compare. If username dot, I want to compare it by case fold. I said case fold. Username dot case fold in, okay, in what is that? Users. In users. What is users here? Dictionary. What is users here? Dictionary. Users. If it is there in users, then immediately you are reading the password. Okay, users of username. I read the password. A password equal to the existing password. Even this password also I want to convert into which case? Lowercase. Then I'm saying print. Okay, I'm displaying the message, welcome. Otherwise, you're saying invalid password. Okay, otherwise, you're saying invalid username, invalid password. Otherwise, you're saying invalid username. See, what case fold will do is it will convert into lowercase. What case fold will do is it will convert into lowercase. For example, string 1 is there. Now, string 1 is in which case? Uppercase. If I'm saying str1 dot case fold, now it is in which case? Lowercase. str2 equal to Java, which is in lowercase. If I'm saying case fold, it is in which case? Lowercase. So what case fold is doing? It is converting the string into which case? Lowercase. It will convert the string into which case? Lowercase. So here also same thing. I'm trying to convert the string into which case? Lowercase. Even though you are trying to input the string in which case? Uppercase. Username Naresh and password is NIT123. But I try to input username Naresh and password is N8123. But here Naresh is given in which case? Tell me, Naresh is given in which case? Uppercase. And that will be converted into which case? Lowercase. Oh, Naresh is not there, is saying, but I said case fold. Username dot. Here again I have to say case fold. So username dot, again I'm saying Naresh. Now password is NIT123. You can see welcome. But actually I've given username in which case? Uppercase. And that will be converted into which case? Lowercase. By using which one here? Case fold. Case fold. It will convert. It is used for comparisons. It is used for what here? Comparisons. It is used for comparisons. If you want to compare the string, caseless matching. If you want to have a caseless matching, then you go for case fold. And there is one more which is called as a center. So there is one method called center. Now this is for formatting the string. Okay, this is used for formatting the string. So written centered in a string of length width. Okay, written centered in a string of length width. The padding is done using the specified fill character. But what is the default fill character? Space. The original string written if width is less than or equal to length of the string. The original string is returned. Which one is written? Original string is written if width is less than or equal to length of the string. Original string is returned if the width is less than or equal to length of the string. So return centered in a string of length width. Now padding is done using the specified fill character. The original string is written if width is less than or equal to length of the string. If width is less than or equal to length of the string. Okay. So it is like this. For example, this is formatting. Formatting means when you're generating reports. Okay, when you're generating reports, I want the strings to be centered. All the names. Assume that I'm displaying the names. Okay, assume that I'm displaying the names. So when I'm displaying the names, I want all the names to be displayed with the equivalent width. Okay. Now assume that the width of this column is 20. What is the width of the column here? 20. And assume that the string is, some Java. Okay, Java is a string. Now within this width, 20 is a width, right? Inside this width, I want Java to be displayed in the middle. I want Java to be displayed in the middle. So what is the length of the Java? 4. So 20, okay, 20, no? 20 means, so there will be equivalent spaces at left side as well as what? Right side. And it will display in the middle. It will display in the middle. Now 20 minus 4 is what? 16. 20 minus 4 is what? 16. So there will be equivalent spaces at left side and right side. 8 spaces at left side, 8 spaces at right side, and in the middle, it will display which one? Java. 8 spaces at left side, 8 spaces at right side. In the middle, it will display Java. If it is even, then okay, equally divided. If it is odd, then it will give some space at right side. Extra space at which side? Right side, rather than giving it which side? Left side. For example, if it is 21, 21 is there, or suppose Java, I said, now 20 minus 5. 20 minus 5 is what here? 15. So 15 means there will be number of spaces. Now 7 spaces at left side and 8 spaces at what here? Right side. So if it is odd, if it is add, one extra space will be there at which side? Right side. If it is even, it is divided equally. Okay. But the string will be displayed in the middle. String will be displayed in the middle. But what is the default fill character? Space. The default fill character is what here? Space. So assume that there is a names list. Okay, assume that there is a names list. Naresh. So these are names list. Okay. So there is some names. So like this, you have a names. And I want all these names to be displayed with the equivalent width. For name in names list, So I want this name to be displayed in the middle, center of the width is 20. Center of the width is 20. Width is at 20. Then it will display with the width of 20. You can see. So this much is given. Some spaces at left side and some spaces at what here right side. So, but it is displayed in the middle. But if you want to fill with some characters, now default it is filled with the spaces. But if you want to fill with some characters, you can also fill with some characters. Center, comma, I'm using which one here? Star. So I want to fill with stars. Now you can see some stars at left side and some stars at what? Right side. Some stars are at left side and some stars are at which side? Right side. So you are trying to fill with what here? Stars. You can see if it is a equivalent, but you can see more number of stars at which side here? Right side rather than left side. Okay. So this is used for formatting. This is used for what here? Formatting. So formatting the string is done by using these methods. Formatting the string is done using these methods. Formatting the string is done using these methods. So that is what here center. So there is a count. There is also count. So there is a method called count, string dot count. Okay, string dot count. String dot count. Return the number of non-overlapping. Return the number of non-overlapping. Okay, so this is counting. How many times return the number of non-overlapping occurrences of substring sub in the range. So range is given from where to where you want to count, start and end. Now optional arguments start and end are interpreted as in which notation? Slice notation. If you want to count, for example, there is a string again. If you take a string Java, I want to count how many times A is there. What will I do? Suppose this is str1. Okay, if I'm saying str1 dot, if I'm saying str1 dot count, str1 dot count, which one you want to count? A. I want to count A from beginning onwards. I've not given the start, so it will count from beginning. How many times A is there? 2 times. So what is the value it returns? 2. I can give str1 dot count. I can write str1 dot count. I want to count which one? A. So I can also give the start. Start is, I want to start at 2. 2 means 0, 1 and 2. 2 onwards I want to count it. So I can give the position. Start is a 2. So from 2 onwards, how many times A is there? Only one time. From 2 onwards, how many times A is there? Only one time. You can give the start and you can also give what? End. You can also give the start and you can also give the end. So str1 is Java, str1 dot count. I want to count A. How many times A is there? 2 times. Okay, str1 dot count. Okay, I want to count A. I want to count A from 2 onwards. How many times A is repeated here? One time. So you can define. You can also define from where you want to count it. You can also define from where you want to count it. From which position onwards you want to count it. So that is done by using the count. That is done by using which one here? Count. For example, I want to count a frequency of characters. For example, the string is some ABC, ABC, and AB. This is a string. I want to count how many times each character is repeated. So A is repeated how many times here? 3 times. So I want to display which one here? 2A. How many times B is repeated here? 3 times. Then I want to display what here? 2B. Okay, 3B, 3A, sorry, 3A and 3B. How many times B is repeated? 3 times. How many times C is repeated here? 2 times. So 3A, 3B and what? 2C. I want the output should be like this. I want the output should be the frequency of each character. How many times A is repeated? How many times B is repeated? How many times what? C is repeated. Now A is repeated how many times? 3 times. B is repeated how many times? 3 times. C is repeated how many times? 2 times. So I want to find the frequency of characters. I want to find the frequency of characters. So you are trying to enter any string. So what you have to do is you have to convert this string into set. You have to convert this string. Okay, input the string as ABC and ABC, right? This is a string and you are converting this string into which type? Set type. You are converting this string into which set type, and set doesn't allow what here? Duplicates. Now set is created with A. Set is created with A, B, and one more is what? C. Then from set each time you have to read one character and count how many times that character is there in the string. Read each time one character and count how many times it is there in the string. Read each time one character and count how many times that character is there in the string. Count how many times the character is there in the string. So convert the string into set. Okay, S equal to set of str1. When I take another string which is output string, so every time I'm reading one character from the set, and I'm counting it. str1 dot count, how many times this character is there. Then after that, I'm saying str2 equal to str2 plus, okay, str of counter plus character. Suppose if the count is a 2, okay, str2 is empty. Empty plus 2 is a 2, and 2 plus a is what? 2a. So you are concatenating the result. Print str1 and print str2. Print str1 and print str2. So once you run this, enter any string, Java is there. So 2a, 1j, 1v. So a is there how many times? 2 times. J is there how many times? 1 time. And v is there how many times? 1 time. So frequency count, right? ABC, ABC, BC, D. 2A, 3C, 1D and 3B. 2A, 3C, 1D and 3B. So frequency count, you're counting how many times a given character is repeated, right? How many times? So that you can do it by using the count. But how can you remove the duplicates? How can you remove the duplicates? You can remove the duplicates by converting the string into set. You can remove the duplicates by converting string into set. Okay, yes. So that is a method called which one? Count. There's one more method which is called as encode. Encode is there. Actually, this encode is useful to convert the string into bytes. If you want to convert the string into bytes, if you want to convert the string into bytes, you are converting the string into bytes. Okay, by using encode. Generally, it is used when you are working with the networking. We'll discuss this encode again, right? But not right now. But once we move to networking, I'll tell you what is encode and what is a bytes object. The next method is ends with. str dot str dot ends with. So it will return true if the string ends with. It will return true if the string ends with the specified suffix. It will return true if the string ends with specified suffix. Otherwise, return what here? False. Return true if the string ends with specified suffix. Otherwise, it will return false. Now, suffix can also be a tuple of suffixes to look for. With optional start, the test beginning at that position. Okay, with optional end, stop comparing at that position. Now, ends with what here? Suffix. For example, this is useful when you're doing filtration. Filtration means so I have a names list again. I have a names list with a list of names. I have a list of names. So like this, I have a list of names. Now I want to filter the names whose name is end with H or N. I want to filter all the names. Means I want to read the names whose name is end with H or N. H or N. So each time I'm reading one name from names list. Each time I'm reading one name from names list. What I'm doing it here, I'm reading one name from each time I'm reading one name from names list. Each time I'm reading one name from names list. After reading a name from names list, I need to verify if name dot ends with, if name dots ends with either either H or what is that? N. So this is given in tuple. So this ends with written Boolean value. So first is what? Naresh. Naresh end with H, yes. Next is Ramesh. Ramesh is end with H, yes. Next is Kishore. Kishore is end with H or N, no. Okay, Kiran is there. Kiran is end with N, yes. Raman is there. Raman is end with N, yes. Rajesh is there. Rajesh is end with H, yes. Ramraj is there. Is it Ramraj is end with H or N? No. End with. You can also give the tuple, print name. So this is filtration. So you are filtering the data. You are filtering the data by using ends with. You can see Naresh, Ramesh, Kiran, Raman, and Rajesh. So ends with. Okay, now that is called as ends with. So there is ends with, and there is a expand tabs. So there is one method called expand tabs. There is one method called expand tabs. Expand tabs. str dot expand tabs. So return a copy of the string where all type characters. So generally, what is a tab? Generally, tab will give how many spaces? 8 spaces. So this will return a copy of the string where all tab characters are replaced by one or more spaces. Now this is very much useful if you are generating tabular report. Tabular means table. Okay, table. Okay, there is a, when you're generating a report like this. Now I want to define this tab space. Okay, each tab space is, I want to represent it as 16. And this is 16. And this is also what here? 16. Suppose if the string is ABC, then remaining all are what? Spaces. That is 13. If the string is ABCD, remaining all are what? Spaces. If the string is X, remaining all are what? Spaces. Now it is useful for generating which report? Tabular report. So where you define the tab size. Tab means how you give the tab space by using \T. And this \T is replaced with what here? Tab size. What is the default value of tab \T? 8 spaces. What is the default value of \T? 8 spaces, but you can increase it by giving 16. You can increase it by giving what? 16 and 16 plus 8. You can give it as some 24 like that. Okay, right. Now that you can define it by using \T. So return a copy of the string where all tab characters are replaced by one or more spaces, depending on the current column and the given tab size. Now tab positions occurs every tab size characters. Tab position occurs every tab size character. Default is given 8. Giving tab positions at column 0, 8, 16 and so on. If it is 8, 0 to 7, from 8 to 15, like that. Let us see this. Otherwise, tomorrow we'll see like how to work with this expanding tabs and other things, right? So today we'll stop it here and tomorrow we'll continue this, right? Thank you.